But what should people be most worried about with the Warriors this year?
They should be worried about the fact that they struggle to win games without Steph Curry. And I'm looking right at Kevin Durant. At some point in time, let me say this. I consider Kevin Durant to be one of the top 3 players on the planet Earth. He is that surreal at 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan, can handle the rock, can create his own shot, can shoot from anywhere, long range, shoot 42% from three-point range, shoot 51% from the field, averaging 26 this year. The dude is phenomenal as a scorer, Max. I get all of that. Here's my whole point. Not only are you universally recognized as one of the top 3 players in the world, you are a person that is considered the one individual to have a legitimate shot at usurping Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest scorer in the history of basketball. Think about the superlatives we attach to this man in terms of his greatness as an individual player, in terms of his scoring prowess and ability. Now he's an NBA champion and an NBA Finals MVP. Okay, you got 2 other All-Stars on the team with you, all right? And he's been great, you know, dropping 40 in his sleep while Steph Curry has been out. My issue is you got enough to win games. And what we can't do is have debate as to whether or not Golden State is going to win this series or that's it. I'm not talking about Houston. I'm talking about anybody else. Oh, yeah, are they going to win without Steph Curry? Well, that's an indictment against Kevin Durant. Because with Steph Curry out, you're the guy everybody's looking at to get it done, to figure out a way to do whatever it takes for this team to win basketball games, particularly when it matters. And I didn't bring this up, too. And I'm big on this, Max. And I'm not – listen, he deserves every penny he's getting, not just salary-wise, but the endorsement deals. But let's be clear about something here. Kevin Durant makes over $300 million in endorsements. At some point now, before we, and I was a big, this doesn't apply to him because he's a champion now. I get tired of seeing guys that haven't won anything. I don't want to hate on anybody's money. I want them to get their money. But back in the day, you had to win in order to get all that. And the fact that that's not a requirement now to get all that extra stuff, is not a requirement to win, I think has diluted the level of urgency that gets attached to these guys compared to what it was back in the day. Now, you could debate whether that's a good or bad thing, but it's the kind of stuff that I pay attention to. It doesn't apply to Durant literally because he's a champion now, but it does apply from the standpoint that you left Oklahoma City because you couldn't get it done. You go to Golden State and get it done. Now Steph Curry's gone. He's been gone recently because of the injury. You got Klay, you got Draymond, you got the rest of the crew there.
3 All-Stars still there.
Come on, bro. It's time.
Apologies to Quinn Cook, but the problem is that without Steph Curry, they don't really have a guy to even approximate what he does for the team, Stephen A. So what does Steph Curry do? It's not just that he can dribble, penetrate, get to the paint, make good decisions with the ball. It's not just that he can finish. It's not just that he can shoot the 3, because he can shoot the 3 from half court.
That's right.
As a real shot.
Yes.
Not just, it's that all those things are in the same person. When Steph is not on the floor, what happens is the number one guy who suffers, I think, is Draymond. Because Draymond, I've often said before KD got there, that Klay Thompson, we get it, he'll be maybe more remembered than Draymond Green. He's more talented maybe. But Draymond's the second most important player on the team. He's the second guy. The thing that makes the Warriors was always number 1, Steph, and then right after him, Draymond. That's his pick-and-roll partner. That's the guy who allows him to play 5 out, all those things. And without a point guard to space the floor to the extent that Steph can do it, and to get the dribble penetration the way Steph can, Draymond's game is negatively affected, and the Warriors aren't the Warriors. Really, the number one thing the Warriors have to worry about is the Rockets. Because even fully loaded, the Rockets should be favored to get out of the West. I've said that now for I don't know how many weeks. So that's their number. But without Steph Curry and what we see, you talk about, well, KD should get it. KD is not a primary ball handler. Hold on one sec. KD is not the primary ball handler. So Stephen A., in his top 5 scoring games without Steph, they lose those games. They lose when he has to take over the offense. They lose because that's not the Warriors, Stephen A.